Hey, Colabcoach here yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for the week. It's week number 2. As you can see, I'm in a different location today, but still going to give you some amazing content. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to share this video. We're week 2 of the listening series, meaning we're talking about listening, especially listening when it comes to intimate relationships and all relationships. So, with that being said, the topic for this week is the mistakes people make when it comes to listening. The mistakes people make when it comes to listening. Number one, off the bat, they are ready to give a response instead of listening completely to what that person is talking about. A lot of times this happens when people tend to hear certain things and they jump to the things that they hear versus hearing the whole entire story. This happens a lot definitely in social media because you say people run with the headline, people run with a topic, and then they just jump on it versus hearing the whole story and actually understanding what exactly is going on. A lot of times when it comes to listening and hearing, a lot of people don't understand the separation between listening and hearing. Listening is when you actually are taking in the full capacity of what is going on in a situation. You're hearing not just hearing, but you're also interpreting, comprehending, things of that nature. When it comes to hearing, a lot of people just use that just, oh, my ears are open, I'm hearing things, and that's it. A lot of times when you're hearing, just focus on hearing, you tune a lot of things out. Maybe a keyword will pop up here in the conversation. You're like, oh, what? And then I need to focus on that. But when you're listening, it's the totality of it all. You're listening from the beginning to the end. That way you're not just jumping into what a topic was said, or maybe a keyword, or maybe you just pretty much heard what you wanted to hear. And then take it to the next level. A lot of people tend to just respond based on what they hear instead of listening to every single part of a conversation. That's how a lot of miscommunication comes along. That's why a lot of confusion comes along, and that's when a lot of disruption comes along, especially in relationships, especially in intimate relationships. For example, you only heard this part, but I'm talking about the whole thing. Things like that happen a lot. Second thing that happens that's a mistake when it comes to listening is that people do not take the time to really listen. As I said earlier, people are just focusing on hearing things. They're not really invested in the communication. They're not really invested in the listening part. They're just focusing on what they want to happen, and then that's it. When you have a disagreement, when you have a communication that falls flat, people want things to be solved immediately, and because they want things to be solved immediately, they literally just jump on, okay, well, what do you want me to do, what, blah, blah. But are you actually listening to what that person is saying? Are you actually taking the time to interpret what that person is saying, to comprehend what that person is saying, and to allow yourself to internalize what that person is saying? You may not even have an answer right away. Most of the time, sometimes when you're listening to someone and you're trying to figure out a solution to something, you may not have an answer right away. You may have to take some time to be sitting quiet and actually understand what this person is coming from. What exactly is this person trying to convey to me, and if this is really something that I can help with, or something I can't help with. A lot of times people are just trying to rush in the conversation, rush in the communication, and not actually listen. There's a difference between you saying, hey, I'm listening to you, and hey, I'm just hearing what you're saying. That's it. It's just like the first one, but because I find like this one is actually even worse because of the fact that you're not even listening at all. At least if you're hearing stuff, you're jumping on something and you're coming in with a response. At least you're engaging a little bit. But if you're just not listening at all and you just want this situation to end and try to push whatever that agenda that you have and not even care about how that person feels, I think that's far worse. Lastly, one of the most important things that people make mistakes on when it comes to listening is that they are not taking the advantage of how powerful listening is. I say this all the time to people. I say this, I will continue to say this, and push this and push this and push this, that a lot of times people do not understand the value of listening. You gain new understanding, you gain new perspectives, you gain a viewpoint that you maybe have not revisited or even acknowledged ever. And you learn from this situation because you gain something that you have not experienced before, because you're gaining it from a perspective of a person that is sharing information to you. 9 times out of 10, yes, it's brand new information, but sometimes it's just things that you need to reformat in your brain, reformat in your mind, and reformat in a relationship. A lot of times people just think that listening is a waste of time. They don't think that it's valuable, but really, the patience that you have when it comes to listening is far more valuable than you just saying that you heard something and that's it. You're not really internalizing it. It's going one ear and out the other, as the saying goes, and you're not even taking the time to realize that it's a powerful key tool, not only in strengthening communications but strengthening your relationships, because they know once they have a conversation with you, they know you're listening. A lot of people, trust me, a lot of people are living life, having communication and having relationships with people when they know that those people do not listen to them. They care about themselves, they care about what's going on in their lives, but they do not listen to them. If you are a type of person that actually cares and listens to people, watch how your relationships change. People will start valuing you more, people will start caring about you more, people will start having more esteem for you because of the fact that they know that you actually care about them. Listening shows that you care. Simple as that. So, to make this as simple as possible, the mistakes people make when it comes to listening. Number one, they tend to react and have a response in their head to a certain part because they're not truly listening. They're just hearing some bits and pieces, some keywords, some phrases, and they're not ready to actually listen in the whole totality. They're just focusing on key things to respond to. They're just ready to react instead of internalize what people are saying. The second thing that people do that's a mistake, is that they don't listen at all. They are just trying to end the situation and the communication and the conversation and not value what it means to actually be patient when it comes to listening. Patience and listening go hand in hand, but people are very impatient these days, and you can see in their relationships. Finally, the last thing is that the power of listening is so devalued. People make the mistake of thinking that listening is not important in relationships. Listening is fundamental, it's a key principle when it comes to relationships, because you are actually learning things, you're getting new perspectives, you're getting new ideas, and listening shows that you actually care. You will see your life and your relationships change once you actually start to use the power of listening, and people around you start to notice. Simple as that. So if you're struggling with this, please message me. Go to my website, yourcolabcoach.com, fill out that relationship checklist, fill out that free, sign up for that free coaching session so we can see if we're a good fit for each other. www.yourcolabcoach.com, Facebook Colab Coaching, Instagram Colab Coaching. All my series of my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. I also wrote an amazing book. I don't have it with me right now because I'm traveling. But Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier, the Self-Love Relationship Project. It's on Audible. It's on Barnes and Nobles. It's on Kindle. It's Cyber Monday by the time of this recording. Also, there's a lot of discounts out there as well. So write a review. Tell me what you thought about it. Physical, ebook, audio book, write a review for all of it. And with that being said, thank you so much for listening and watching. Share this with anyone that is struggling with these mistakes when it comes to listening. There's plenty more. I just touched on a little bit. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day and be safe out there. Bye.